I am presenting here a series of 14 chapters from my audiobook titled Ancient Sages of India. This is the 10th one in the series, which is Jamadagni and Parasurama. Chapter 9, Jamadagni and Parasurama.
There was a sage named Ruchika. Satyavati was his wife. She was the daughter of king named Gadhi. Satyavati could not give birth to any child, so she was unhappy. Meanwhile, at the kingdom, her father, King Gadhi, had also no heir to the throne. This also worried Satyavati. One day, Ruchika asked Satyavati the reason for her unhappiness. She told him of her worries. The sage decided to help both Satyavati and her mother. He gave Satyavati two portions. One was for her mother, so that she would have a mighty Kshatriya son. The other portion was for Satyavati, so that she could give birth to a son who would become a great Brahmanic sage. However, the two vessels containing the portions got mixed up, and Satyavati ate the portion bearing Kshatriya energies. Consequently, her mother ate the portion containing the Brahmanic energies. Ruchika saw this mix up with his divine vision. He told Satyavati that she was bearing a Kshatriya fetus in her womb and not a Brahmanic one as planned. Satyavati became sad. She requested the sage to do something through his yogic powers to prevent the calamity. Accordingly, with his yogic powers, Ruchika transferred the change to his grandson, that is, to the next generation. However, Satyavati's mother carried the Brahmanic fetus, and Vishwamitra, a Sattvic Brahmarshi, was born to her. Satyavati gave birth to a Brahmin child as a result of Ruchika's yogic powers. That child was named as Jamadagni. Sage Jamadagni married Renuka, and they got 5 sons. Parasurama was the youngest son of Jamadagni and Renuka. Renuka was a woman who was chaste and devoted to her husband. She used to fetch water from a river in a pot. One day, she was taking water from the river. At that time, a group of Gandharvas in a chariot passed by in the sky above. She saw the reflection of the Gandharvas in the river water. Renuka was fascinated by their handsomeness and forgot herself for a moment. Jamadagni noticed this incident through his yogic powers. He got angry. He called his eldest son, handed him an axe, and asked him to kill his mother. The boy was terrified. He refused. So Jamadagni turned him into a stone. He then asked each of his other sons. When they also refused, he turned them one by one into stones. Finally, he asked his youngest son, Parasurama. Parasurama instantly obeyed his father and beheaded his mother with the axe. Extremely pleased with this act of Parasurama, Jamadagni offered him 2 boons. Parasurama first asked that his mother be brought back to life. Then he asked that his brothers be returned from stone to their original positions. Impressed by the affection and devotion of Parasurama, Jamadagni brought them back to life. As Parasurama grew older, he did penance and pleased Lord Shiva. Shiva blessed him and offered him an axe. An axe is called as Parashu. Hence, he was called as Parasurama. Soon thereafter, a king named Kartavir-Arjuna came to the ashram of Jamadagni. At that time, Parasurama was not present in the ashram. Jamadagni arranged a grand feast for the king with the help of the divine cow named Kamadhenu, which was in his possession at that time. Kartavirya-Arjuna wanted to own Kamadhenu, but Jamadagni refused to part with Kamadhenu. The enraged king stole the sacred cow. Parasurama was infuriated. He travelled to the royal palace, killed Kartavirya-Arjuna and retrieved Kamadhenu. When he returned home, Jamadagni was pleased but reprimanded him for the action. Parasurama accepted the reprimand and went on a pilgrimage to holy places for 1 year in purification. In the meantime, the sons of Kartavirya-Arjuna wanted to take revenge on Parasurama. They came to Jamadagni's ashram and murdered the sage. When Parasurama returned home, he found his father killed by the sons of Kartavirya-Arjuna. He again went to the palace and killed the sons of Kartavirya-Arjuna. He also vowed to kill all Kshatriyas. He travelled the entire world, killing all men of the Kshatriya caste, guilty or innocent. After he had finally rid the world of Kshatriyas, Parasurama conducted the Ashwamedha sacrifice, which is done only by sovereign kings. Thereafter, he gave the land he had conquered to the Brahmin head priests. Parasurama is also the 6th avatar of Vishnu. He is not only a unique sage, but also an immortal, as he has also lived to see the subsequent incarnations of Vishnu in Balarama, Sri Rama, and Sri Krishna.
That Parasurama was there during the time of Sri Rama has been beautifully brought out by Kalidasa in his Raghuvamsha Mahakavya. After his marriage with Sita, Sri Rama is returning to Ayodhya along with his father Dasharatha and others. At that time, Parasurama appears before them. Kalidasa says that he who obeyed the command of his father impetuously and killed his own mother, whose mind had become hard through anger, who is intemperate and unilaterally conquered the earth, that Parasurama stands before them. King Dasharatha is pleased on one count that the enemy of the Kshatriya caste standing before him is also having the name of his son, namely Rama. At the same time, he also becomes jittery, considering the danger from that enemy. And Kalidasa, with a beautiful simile, says that it becomes pleasing as well as fear-inspiring to Dasharatha, just as the jewels in a necklace and on the hood of a serpent produce joy and fear. Yena rosha parusha atmana pituhu Sasane sthiti pido pitastusha Vepamana janani sirachida Pagaji yata ghruna tato Tampitur vada bhavena manyuna राजवंशनिधनाय दीक्षितं बालसूनुरवलोक्य भार्गवं स्वां दशां च विशसाद पार्थिवः नाम राम इति तुल्यमात्मजे वर्तमानमहिते च दारुणे हृद्यमस्य भयदायि चाभवत् रत्नजातं इवहारसर्पयोः. Then Parasurama scornfully addresses Sri Rama and says, I heard that you have broken the bow of King Janaka, which has never even been bent by any other prince. By your act, I feel that you have broken down the predominance of my bravery. Previously, the name Rama was applicable only to me. Now, it produces a feeling of shame in me, since its meaning has been reversed by your rising into prominence. Just as Kartavirya was my enemy, now you have also become my enemy. You have broken the bow of Shiva. I am now having the bow of Vishnu in my hands. Take this. If you have the courage, string this bow and draw it, putting on an arrow. If you can do this, then I will accept that as my defeat. If you can't do this, then you have to surrender to me. मैथिलस्य धनुरन्यपार्थिवैः त्वं किलानमितपूर्वमक्षणोः तन्निशम्य भवता समर्थये वीर्यशृङ्गमिव भग्नमात्मनः अन्यदा जगति राम इत्ययं शब्द उच्चरित एव मामगात् व्रीडमावहति मे सम्प्रति व्यस्तवृत्तिरुदयोन्मुखे त्वयि बिभ्रतोऽस्त्रमचलेऽप्यकुण्ठितम् द्वौ रिपू मम मतौ समागसौ धेनुवत्सहरणाच्च हैहय त्वं च कीर्तिमपहर्तुमुद्यतः विद्धि चात्तबलमोजसा हरेः ऐश्वरं धनुरभाजिय त्वया खातमूलमनिलो नदीरयैः पातयित्यपि मृदुस्तटद्रुमम् तन्मदीयमिदमायुधं जया सङ्गमय्य शशरं विगृह्यताम् तिष्ठतु प्रधनमेवमप्यहं तुल्यबाहुतरसाजितस्त्वया कातरोऽसि यदि वोत्रताच्छिषा तर्जितपरसुधारजा मम जानिघातकठिनाङ्गुलिर्व्रथा बध्यताम् अभययाचनाञ्जलिः. Then Sri Rama takes up the bow in his hand. Drawing a beautiful simile, Kalidasa says, having come by the bow of Vishnu, which he had in his former life, Sri Rama appears extraordinarily charming. If a fresh rain cloud is beautiful even by itself, how much more will it be if it is marked with celestial rainbow? एवमुक्तवति भीमदर्शने भर्गवे स्मितविकम्पिताधरः तद्धनुर्ग्रहणमेव राघवः प्रत्यपद्यत समर्थमुत्तरम् पूर्वजन्म धनुषा समागतः स्तोतिमात्र लघुदर्शनो भवति केवलोऽपि सुभगो नवाम्बुदः किं पुनः त्रिदशचापलाञ्छितः Ultimately, Sri Rama strings the bow and Parasurama accepts the defeat. Sage Valmiki also has brought out this incident in the Valmiki Ramayana. The links for the book as well as the audiobook are given in the description part of this presentation.